Hello and welcome to today's video. In today's video I'll be doing some soft speaking. I've been told I've got a nice soft speaking voice, so I thought that I should probably make a video on it. I don't really know what to talk about. I didn't plan. I just thought I need to record a video for you lot. And here it is. So I thought I would do that. Get the fluff out of my face, my mouth. I do have one thought. And that is, I have been playing some Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. And I thought maybe I could talk about that for a bit. It's a fun game. I like it. I'm very easily entertained, very easily. I like things very easily. But I have a few inklings about it as someone that played a lot of the original Lego Star Wars games, and just Lego games in particular. As a kid I was very fond of the Lego Batman game, the first one. I played that on my computer, one of the first PC games I played, that alongside of Age of Empires and Mythology and Doom, the original Doom games. I played the Lego Star Wars, the first Lego Star Wars game, and I think the second one on my DS. Yeah, I think it was my DS. And then I played the third one. I think it was Lego Star Wars 3, the Clone Wars. I played that one on my PS3, which was amazing. One of my favourite games. I loved it to death because you would have these massive like battles, and you'd have to like capture certain points and fight off like tons and tons and tons of droids as the Clone Wars, or as clones, and I think vice versa. But then we have to get into their big tanks and stuff like that, big walkers, and it was such a good game. And then you'd be in your like, I forgot what they were called for the Clone Wars, but the Star Destroyers, and you would, if you flew out, you'd then be straight into a battle, and so you could then instantly go into having a space battle, just like in between mission selects and stuff. It was such a good game, and I don't remember whether that one had character creation, but that was my next point. So one issue I have with this one is it doesn't have those big battles or any kind of variation of those big battles, and I think that takes away a lot from the Star Wars world. And I understand that it's the Skywalker Saga, but I don't think many people want that anymore. I don't think many people follow Star Wars for the Skywalker Saga, like the original 3, episode 4 to 6, and there's now a special place for 1 to 3, which I think were improved by other shows, or like other programs like the Clone Wars cartoon. And I think, I don't know, I haven't watched Star Wars Rebels and stuff like that. And then, I mean, the last trilogy, the sequel trilogy, it's not very popular at all. No one likes it. It's very bad. It wasn't even what George Lucas wanted. Mark Hamill was very upset with it. It was very bad. So I think people have been put off by those 3, or that trilogy, that trilogy definitely, but that saga, because both the prequels and the sequels both didn't do anywhere near as well. And people focus a lot more on Mandalorian, Bad Batch, the Book of Boba Fett, the Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, even the Fallen Order, the game. Even stuff like Star Wars and Force Unleashed, but I don't think they never confirmed that as canon. I think they dismissed it as canon. Even the original Battlefront games, the newer ones, kind of, but they don't bring anything more to the story. So but people are more invested in the world that was created rather than those movies, and I think it's a bit of a waste of time to then create a game that's focused on kind of the least popular part of the whole world at the moment. Like people want Star Wars. And I can see that while playing through the game. I noticed the first 3 episodes, they were pretty boring to play. It was just like a few missions where you just ran for a bit, and there's this incentive to break literally everything to earn money to get the blue bricks, which is like a collectible, so then you can upgrade yourself. But it distracts a lot from the story, I've found, because there's this sense of urgency that, go chase Boba Fett or whatever, and you're like, but I now need to spend the next 30 minutes destroying literally everything I see just so I can get enough studs to get this blue credits, because you need to get like 100,000 studs per mission to get the full thing. And it's upsetting, but like it gives me more game time, I guess. But I've been a bit put off by it, especially the fact that there's no character customization as well, because that was such a big part of the original, and that is what Lego is. That's the fundamental part of Lego, is this customization. It's not just this is just at the moment there's nothing new about it being a Lego. It could just not be a Lego game. you could do everything in this game, but just make the graphics not Lego. There's nothing characteristically Lego from it, besides like, it's characteristically the Lego games because you sit there and you build something. But even like the little mini games, half of them are just pressing random buttons. It's not even like a Lego thing that's in every other game. So like the building stuff is very minimal, and like in another game it could just be replaced with you fixing something. And so then the next major characteristic of it being a Lego game is to have that customization to build yourself something, and you can't. There's nothing. There's no character customization, which is, I think, a major part of what makes Lego games Lego. And I haven't played a Lego game in a very long time. I think the last Lego game I played was the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit, but when it first came out. I never played the Harry Potter ones. I haven't played the Jurassic World ones. Oh, I played Lego Worlds for like an hour. I thought that game looked sick. I thought it looked amazing. It's such a great engine. I don't know why it's bad. I think it was just really awkward to do stuff. I want to play it now. Thinking about it, I really want to just play it. The building mechanics are a bit, because it's Lego, but you're not using your hands, you have to use a controller, so I think that was a bit awkward. Or you're using keyboard and mouse. But now I do want to kind of play that. There's no storyline. It was like, I felt like the follow-on from the original Lego games. Lego, I forgot what it was, but where you'd like, it was like a very small open world, and you had like the train going around it, and that was like a pterodactyl and stuff, and you built your house, and I forgot what that was called, like early 2000s, might have even been late 90s, but I think it was early 2000s. But oh, that game, that's another game that I used to play a lot on PC. I didn't realise until very recently how many games, like, how much of a PC gamer I've always been. I always kind of thought it started like properly when I like year 5, when I had my own Minecraft account. Like actually thinking about it, I remember getting a very small little computer for myself. I don't remember what age I was. I just kind of remember it always being there. And playing Tonka Joe, playing the old Dakar game on it, playing Lego Racers, the Lego games, Lego Batman, all those games. Doom. That was a bit later on though. And it wasn't playing Doom. Age Mythology. That was I think it was about 6 or 7 when I started playing Age of Mythology and Empires. But I realised I've been a PC gamer my whole life. My parents have been PC gamers before I was conceived. And my brother. Good times. It's how it's always been. This is the way. I think so. yeah, like, I guess I am kind of disappointed with the Star Wars, with the Star Wars games, with the Star Wars game. It's definitely not what it could have been. And like there was this big like overhaul of the engine. It just means that it takes like 4 hits to kill any normal guy, and you're like, and then you see like 5 of them, and you're like, I just have to sit here and shoot them for like 20 minutes now. Unless you're a Jedi, and then Jedis obliterate them, and you can use the Force. Like, playing a Force user in that game is so fun. Like, it's so much more fun than it was before. Because of the combat mechanics. The first-hand combat mechanics are really, really good. The shooting mechanics, I think, are appalling. Not appalling, but I think they lag a lot. Sorry. Especially compared to... Oh my god. Especially compared to the, like, first, like, hand-to-hand combat. And with a lightsaber, it's just so much fun. And honestly, there's not much fighting in the game. I want there to be more, you know? I feel like in the old games, every second you're like fighting a new guy. There's like, oh, you've got this new kind of character or like type of person you've got to fight. Whereas in this, it's stormtroopers. And their AI, they don't even hit you. I don't feel threatened at all. I feel like immortal. I just walk up and they do like 1 hit damage, and I'm like, there's nothing. I kill them all before like they can touch me. And maybe that's because I'm a 20-year-old rather than a 6-year-old or whatever. But I just, yeah, it would have been cool to have a bit higher on the difficulty, or at least like a measure, or like settings to change it to make it harder, because it's just, there is no threat in it. There's no threat in the game, and that kind of annoys me a lot. And then yeah, the next big thing is the character customization. I think that's most definitely should be a thing. It's annoying that it isn't, and I stand by that. I haven't yet, but it looks like you can like unlock Star Destroyers and like big ships. So that would be fun to figure out how to do that. The game is very much based on you doing exploring and stuff, but I don't feel like there's much interactability with the world, open world. It's other little missions. It's not like Red Dead Redemption, and I know there's a big stretch, but it's an open world game. That's what I mean. And where you're walking along and then an encounter happens, and stuff like that. There is none of that. It's just you have your set linear missions to get through the movies, and then in the very particular open worlds, or like towns and that, because it's semi-open world, you have little side missions. And it doesn't give me the incentive. What's the point in me in upgrading? I've done 6 of the movies now. I haven't done the last trilogy. No. I've done 5 movies. I haven't done the Return of the Jedi. I haven't done that yet. No, is it Return of the Jedi? Episode 6. I haven't done episode 6. Episode 6, 7, 8, and 9. I haven't done. But I think I forgot forgot what I was saying. Like, to do very, very small, like 30-second missions to get me a credit so then I can upgrade. There's no like continuous thing. Again, Red Dead Redemption, you can go hunting and you have those encounters and you have like outposts, and in the old Lego Star Wars missions you had the wars, the battles. Lego Star Wars 3, you had those big battles that were almost a completely separate thing to the main mission, main storyline. And it was like, so you could then, I mean, I don't remember there being any upgrades, but like you could earn the money to like afford to have better stuff for those missions. I barely see an incentive to buy shit at the moment, or buy stuff at the moment. You buy characters, and you have to buy upgrades with the bricks as well. But upgrading doesn't seem to do much really, or like I don't feel like I need to upgrade. The game isn't hard, and the difficulty doesn't increase, because how can you make the difficulty increase if you can start at episode 1, 4 or 7? If people want to start at episode 7, you can't make the difficulty. Or like, if you want to start, if one person wants to start on episode 1 and one person wants to start on episode 4, you can't make the difficulty of episode 4 harder than 1. So the whole game is really easy. So there's no need for it makes it even easier. The game's not a challenge with or without it. So I don't know. I thought I really liked the game, but I think the more I play it, the more disappointed I am. The engine is really beautiful, and it brings back a lot of nostalgia. But other than that, I don't really know. I'd probably give it a solid 5 out of 10. I'm very neutral. I kind of avoid giving it 5s for things, but I just don't think that it deserves. It could be so much more than it is, and that really upsets me. Yeah. Maybe with DLC. Because it would be really cool to do the Mandalorian series as a mission. Series. Series. If I could do season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian, and the Boba Fett series, and I don't know, when the Obi-Wan Kenobi series comes out, if they made this called The Lego Star Wars, and then had the initial 9 movies, and then said that even if it was a season pass, if they then said, here's a season pass, we will for the next 2 years bring out seasons, or for the next 3 years, you could do it perpetually with the TV shows that keep coming out. Like doing the mission set for all of them, it would do great, I think. And then you can actually have the Clone Wars TV show. Imagine the whole Clone Wars TV show. Because it's been I never fully finished the Clone Wars TV show. I think I watched the first 2 or 3 seasons. And that was still a bit on and off, but then it went to the Disney Channel, and so I couldn't watch it anymore. I didn't have the Disney Channel. But just imagine that, just so much. And you could do the Solo movie and the Rogue One, all of them as actual actual playable stories. Rather, they've got them as playable characters. Come on. It's all during the same era. They haven't done anything that's after Rey, and they haven't done anything that's before Anakin as a kid or whatever, before episode 1. So they could easily, maybe that's part of the Skywalker Saga. I don't think they are considered the Skywalker Saga, because a lot of them don't really have anything to do with the Skywalker, besides it having something to do with the Jedi and Skywalker, and the Skywalker family is very much the heart of the Jedi, and showing that era. But yeah, I've just spent a lot of time in the past few weeks, looking at a lot of Star Wars stuff, and I guess I got back into it, and I think it's making me dislike the game more, because now I'm learning, I'm learning a lot more about the Star Wars world and how incredible it is outside of the Skywalker Saga. I think that kind of upsets me, that I'm not able to play as these other characters. There's a whole thing of the mercenaries, man. You've got Jango Fett, you've got Boba Fett, you've got Mandalorian, was it Amadeus Finch, whatever. You've got the blue guy with a mask. There's this big old thing with the mercenaries, and there's this it's almost like a close knit circle, and yeah, kind of gutted that I'm kind of invested in it. Even the Bad Batch are kind of mercenaries at this rate. I don't know if there's comics, but I've just finished Bad Batch, and it's they're basically mercenaries at this rate. It's the only thing they can do at the moment to earn money, which is fun. It'd be cool to see Mando in that, but Mandalorian is after. That would be cool though, to see Bad Batch in a Mandalorian or something like them, a lot later on, after. See what they got up to. But they're still wearing the same armour. Probably not. It's been so long. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not really knowledgeable on Star Wars. I'm not my heart's not completely in Star Wars. I'm not a big Star Wars fan guy. I'm a fan of Star Wars. I think Star Wars is incredible, better than Star Trek. And but I'm more of a Marvel guy. But yeah, I think that was it for today. That was a longer ramble than I thought it would be about Star Wars and Lego Star Wars. but it's pretty much all I've been consuming for the past week, so it kind of makes sense. I hope you all sleep well, and I am very busy doing projects at the moment, but I finish next week. If I can get a video out after I've done that, I will, but if not, it will likely be late that week. I mean, this one's kind of late too, but that's because I was lazy for the past 2 days. I didn't have anything to do. I finished my project early. But anyway, let me know if you want to hear more soft speaking. I will see you guys in the next video. Lots of love to all of you, and I hope you sleep well and have beautiful dreams. And I hope you're all doing well. Sorry, this was just a rant about Lego Star Wars. But alas, maybe next time I'll do a proper sleep personal attention.